The Danny Rohl presser rolls on. Welcome back to Fog Football. We got some more reaction, more fallout from this presser. I reacted to the Kevin Thelwell and the Patrick Stewart side of things on my channel, but I thought I'd go into Danny Rohl's words on Fog Football and also Andrew CAVENAGH. There's a lot to get into regarding Danny Rohl, as it was his first presser, and he's got a lot to answer. Not really for, but because that would be the guys above him, the Andrew CAVENAGHs, the Patrick Stewarts, the Kevin Thelwells, because we all know that Danny Rohl, in terms of all those names, is right rock bottom. He's the head coach, he's the puppet, and they're all pulling the strings. So, what did Danny Rohl have to say regarding, I mean, there's a lot of things. There's recruitment, there's on being third choice, rumours he pulled out of the running, and also style of play and turning the club round. I guess we'll start with the latter there, because turning the club round to me is what matters most. I don't care about style of play, right? And recruitment, I'm not saying I don't care about recruitment, right? Because you need to care about recruitment, but recruitment for me is on the back burner until the 1st of January, right? See, until it's the big 2026, I don't care about recruitment. Even though I will probably bang on about Yusuf Shermiti in every single video I do, because that deal is just right rotten. But this is what he had to say regarding on turning the club around. And I quote, "I'm really looking forward to this amazing football club. We know where we are at the moment. When you're committed to this job, then you know what it is demanding. It starts with the first game. We want to win. We need wins because we want to turn around the position at the moment. We are not happy. We know this, and it's the reason why I'm here. I said this in the past very often, and I'm looking for an ambitious club, for a club that's looking for more. I'm looking for a club to win titles, and this club's everything for all these goals. It's amazing to be a part of that here, to be now the head coach of this fantastic club. I know what that means. I think I will need and feel this in the next couple of days and weeks more and more." End of quote. Here, Danny Rohl is saying a couple of the right things. We want to win. We need to win, right? It's all good, but he needs to act on it, right? But Russell Martin, right? Russell Martin said the exact same shit back in July. He talked about winning. That's what this club's built on. Do this, do that. The W, the big W, all right? See, say we lose to Bran, right? I think it's going to be very... people's reaction after Bran, and say Kelly, say we drew against Kelly and say we get beat against Bran, or vice versa, or we just drew both games, right? It is going to be very telling what this guy does after in his first press conference. We've seen it with Martin. He threw the players under the bus against Motherwell, and then the weeks after that just made shitey excuses and basically laughed and joked about how it didn't matter. See if Danny Rohl, when we get beat maybe against Bran or maybe a bit later down the line, see if he's fuming and he's saying it's not good enough, it's on me, it's on the players, and that we need to find that way to win. This guy will begin to win me over, even in defeat, because you can win the fans over even in defeat. How you react to defeats, if you can bounce back, if you change the team, if you don't just stick with the same shit, if you change formation, change style, change personnel, that's how you win fans over. But it's all good saying these words. Actions speak louder than words, Danny. So we do need to win, but let's see how you react when we're not winning. Like right now, you've got to be able to step up to task immediately. Bran, very interested for Thursday. We watch behind the couch, obviously, but I mean, it'll still be hopefully be a rare laugh, and hopefully a couple of points on the board, 3 to be exact. On the style of play, he said, "Firstly, I think it's very important that my focus is on my goals. What I want to see in the pitch is intensity, spirit, and togetherness. Playing forward style, because we want to create chances, we want to create goals. We have to understand it's also part of football. We have to defend as a group and as a unit, and much better with a lot of aggression in the duels. And all these things, I want to thank this club. Our fans go home and they like to watch football games. They entertain the football and win games, and the fans. And this is all important to understand the order. At first we have to win games, then we can speak about playing attractive football. And if we do these points in this order, then we have a straighter togetherness with our fans." End of quote. Yeah, I mean, I'm liking that. We have to have a lot of aggression in the duels. Yeah, because the best... See, football, man, if each player wins their duel, you're going to win the game. That is the key to success. How many times do you see, man, even like a worse team, like it's like that, yeah, we've seen it this season. I mean, not every game for us has been a collective of the 11 being shite, but teams have exploited weaknesses where our players have lost their individual duel, and it's cost us big time with goals at the back. So that is right, and he's correct. Winning is what matters most. But if you can bring attractive football after you start winning games, then see, he's saying all the right things, but it's all words at the end of the day. Now, he spoke on the rumours that he pulled out the running last week, and I quote, "All in all, since a couple of days we had outstanding meetings together, there was still immediately a great relationship between all of us in the meetings. I felt the trust, and in football sometimes it's about timing. I think this is a big, big pleasure for me as well. The club was fighting, was looking for me, and we are still there and talking. I think this is very important. It's the reason why I'm here now, and it's the reason why I'm really looking forward to being part of this club." End of quote. I mean, doesn't really address the rumours that he pulled out. Let's just call a spade here. Guy pulled out. He was 3rd/4th choice. Rangers were absolutely desperate Sunday night going into Monday morning, and probably had to practically beg this guy to come back, and he probably got more than what he was going to get the week before when Gerrard pulled it, for example. That's what that in my eyes. That's what's happened here. Andrew, we'll get into. Well, actually, you know what? We'll get into Andrew Kavanagh right fucking here right now, because he was asked essentially that this. Do you think the process was shambolic, like so many people are labelling it? He said, and I quote, "I do refute that, but I don't refute that it would have looked like that from the outside. When you're running a search process from the club's perspective, we have to be incredibly confidential with everything that we are doing and keep our cards close to our chest." End of quote. But see, that right. Oh, it wasn't shambolic, but I do accept that it looked like that from the outside. That is like the ultimate glaze. That is gaslighting. That is like the ultimate line of fucking bullshit I've ever heard in my puff, by the way, for Andrew Kavanagh. This guy is beginning to piss me off, so to speak, because that is essentially, yeah, it was shambolic, but it's alright. Yeah, here, it looked shambolic, but don't worry, guys. Inside the club, it was perfectly fine. Could you imagine if a manager said that? Yeah, he looks like you're playing shite. I do refute that, but yeah, I can understand the fans watching in the stands and on the telly. It does look shite. What? Come on, man. What's Andrew Kavanagh all about? Right, this guy's beginning to lose the fucking plot. He said, so what our supporters were able to see was a small fraction of what was actually happening. We were very happy about the recruitment process that led to Danny Rohl being our head coach, and we actually pursued 5 different candidates at the same time. 3 of those names have been mentioned, and there are 2 that you've never even heard about. I just highlight that to show that people don't hear everything. End of quote. Why not tell us now? Why not tell us now? He's like, oh, it was a small fraction. We're actually very happy with the recruitment process. How can they be happy with the recruitment process? Because that's bullshit, right? Kavanagh, Amarag Parafi gave the green light to Gerrard and gave the green light to Muscat, and once they got past their talks, it was Tellwell and Stewart that turned them down. So how can Andrew Kavanagh and Parag Marafi be happy, very happy with the recruitment process, when they already greenlit 2 potential appointments prior to the Danny Rowe appointment? You can't be happy with that. In no successful business can you be happy that you put the names forward of 2 guys and then they got rejected by the guys, I mean, essentially beneath you. I mean, that's what they are. Oh, the structure in place. And then the 3rd choice gets accepted. How can you be very happy with that recruitment process when the 3rd guy gets accepted, when you clearly wanted Gerrard and you clearly wanted Muscat? Like, come on. Like, seriously, what we doing? And the proof's in the pudding, man, with the fact that Gerrard went for like 100-1 back to evens. If you were very happy with getting Danny Rohl, Gerrard would not have been asked again. I know they've come out and denied that. Folks, the bookies, obviously, there was obviously an influx of bets that happened on Gerrard. People are like, oh, it's the bookies doing that. The bookies can't do that. It was people betting to get that to happen. So obviously something happened along the lines of Kavanagh on his fucking knees begging Steven Gerrard to come back. Now, he was asked about Gerrard, and it was something to do, he wouldn't want to work with Stewart and Tellwell, and Kavanagh said, what I would say is that every conversation I had with Steven Gerrard has to remain confidential. We've said the timing of the appointment just didn't work for him, but I do not believe that the recruitment process was the thing that kept him from coming to Rangers. And what was it then? Well, how can it be the timing? He flew in for Bahrain. It's just more bullshit, man. I want transparency. I mean, I don't need I don't need a literal script between the conversation that Kavanagh and Gerrard had, because I understand. I mean you don't need everything. Some things do need to be kept confidential. I mean, I'm not asking here what house was Gerrard going to live at, how much money exactly was a week, what's his bank number. No, we don't want that. We just want the actual details that matter. Kavanagh, man. Guy's taking us for a ride. This is what Danny Rohl spoke about being third choice. The outcome that I'm here, I think that's really crucial. I understand this question, of course. For me, it's a good thing that I'm here. We never stopped communication. I think that's the reason why I'm here now. I'm honest to you guys. It can be the first, the second, or the third choice. What is important is that you win the next games. Then you have to go forward. This is the reason why I'm here. For me, it's not a situation because I'm sure and I'm honest to you. I cannot tell which choice I am. I can just tell you that I'm here, and it gives me the belief that I was the first choice. No, I mean that's the end of quote. Come on. I mean, of course he's going to say that, but it's just bullshit. Like, no, you weren't first choice. If Patrick Stewart and Kevin Tellwell had no say in who would be appointed man, Steven Gerrard would be the manager right now, right? Steven Gerrard would be the manager of this football club. He would have took us into that Dundee United game. He'd be taking us into that Brand game. There's no doubt in my mind, right? Gerrard was first choice. Everything lined up to that. He did go on to speak about recruitment and aims for this season. I can't even be asked getting into that. But yeah, Andrew Kavanagh, folks, he's beginning to piss me off. Danny Rohl is saying the right things, but Kavanagh, he's just spinning a web of lies, in my opinion. And the guy, I think their depth, they don't have a fucking clue what they're doing. They don't understand what Rangers means. They can talk about they do and that everyone they bring in does, but they do not have a Scooby snack, man. They don't have a clue. Like honestly, Kavanagh, Marafi, the Tellwells and what do you call him, Patrick Stewart, they're driving about in the mystery machine, man. And you know what? They don't have a Scooby snack between them. They're all brain dead. Honestly, man. No, it's no happening. The 49ers has been a disaster.